Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the best characters, in my opinion, for a Keqing build. And by characters, what I mean is elemental reactions and support units that will pair very well with Keqing. So before we actually get into the characters that I think are the best, I'm going to actually give you guys some of the elemental reactions that are strongest with Keqing, her being an Electro user. So there is Crystallize, and I don't think this one is very important, and this basically just gives you a shield. It's not very strong. Geo's not a strong element in the game right now. I wish it was. I wish all of the elements were balanced, but as of early 1.1 that just came out, Geo's still not that strong, and I wish they would, balance it and make it viable, but right now, Crystallize just isn't a really good elemental reaction. But the next one we have is Electrocharged, and this deals electro damage over time, and it does spread out throughout enemies. It doesn't say that on the website description of it, but it actually does, charge over between enemies, and it's very nice and it's very useful. It deals a lot of damage to, multiple targets, even single targets like Abyss Mages and stuff like that. It's very useful. So the Hydro Electro elemental reaction is very nice. The next one that we have is the Electro and Pyro, and this deals AoE Pyro damage. And this is very nice. This causes Overloaded, and it does deal a lot of damage, and it is also really good for groups of enemies, just like Electrocharged is. Next one we have is Superconduct. Now, this is with Cryo and Electro, and basically what this does is it deals AoE Cryo damage and reduces the target's physical resistance by 50%. That's very big. This is why you see a lot of people using people like Kaya and sometimes Chi-Chi with Keqing, because it reduces their physical damage resistance by 50%, which is a very big percentage, so keep that in mind before you choose a party around Keqing. The last elemental reaction that we have that we're going to be somewhat focusing on is Swirl. Now this is when you combine Animo with either Cryo, Electro, Hydro, or Pyro, and this is a pretty overlooked element in my opinion, because Swirl does really well, especially with Pyro, but Swirl does really well in a lot of builds, and it really is a good elemental reaction. I feel like it's underrated a little bit. But that's going to be all for the elemental reactions. It was very simple. Most of them are just straightforward. You don't have to go on the website and look if you don't want to. I learned all the elemental reactions in game. I didn't want to go up and study everything. I wanted to learn as I progressed in the game. And if you're lower level and you want to learn it yourself, go ahead. I encourage it. It really helps you understand the game a lot more better than just hearing somebody talk about it or reading it off a website. I mean, yes, that is useful too, but I found a lot more enjoyment just learning it myself. So for characters, as a Keqing build, basing like your other party members, you can honestly go with a lot of people. That's why Electro is such a strong element, is because you can put almost anybody in the party. But there are going to be a few highlights that I want to focus on. And for the base Keqing build, if you don't have everybody, now you do get Barbara for free once you hit AR 20. That was before 1.1, so most people should have Barbara. If not, she's very easy to get. You can wish and get her very easily. She's only a 4-star. The game basically just gives you to her early on in the game. It's very easy. So for a base like Keqing build, if a straight up free to play build, if let's say you don't have like any top tier characters, you can go with Keqing, and then Amber, and then Kaya, and then Barbara. It's a very simple build, but it's very effective because of all of the elemental reactions. And especially Keqing and Kaya, they pair really well together, and they just deal a lot of damage. And also, remember when I said how, Swirl is overlooked? This is why I think it's very important, because right now I'm running Keqing with Bennett, Diluc, and Barbara. So I get the Pyro effect, or bonus, which basically gives my attack plus 15%, which is crazy. Now, not everyone has to run this, I understand that. I'm only running this because I need the extra attack. My world level just hit 4, I just hit adventure rank 35, and my world level just leveled up a little bit. So I'm trying to get as much attack in as I can, which, by the way, I'm not trying to flex, but I just got a 5-star artifact that is all crit rate for Keqing, so I'm kind of hyped for it. But anyways, that's why I think you can pair Sucrose well with Keqing, because you do get the swirl effect. And you don't really see a lot of people running Sucrose with Keqing, which is reasonable, but it's not a terrible option. So you can run Keqing with Amber, you can run Keqing with Diluc, which is who I'm running with, because, I mean, I just got super lucky and got 2 5-stars. But I also get the Pyro effect. And I'm thinking of switching back to Amber because like I said, I'm using Keqing and Bennett and Diluc instead of Keqing, Amber, and Diluc. And that's because Amber is so versatile, especially since she's an archer and she's pyro. It makes her that much better. And Bennett is my second healer. So I'm using Keqing as a main DPS, and then Diluc as a strong support and also a second DPS. And then I'm using Bennett as a healer and support, like small support, like very light support. And then Barbara also as support and healer as well. Because, you know, Hydro plus Electro is Electro charged. So those are all very strong. But if you do want to run a Pyro build, you definitely can. I recommend it. You could overload it a lot. So any of those characters that I mentioned are really good with Keqing. There are a few more, like Chi-Chi that I didn't mention. But basically anybody with those elements that are semi-strong and don't just, you know, suck, are going to be pretty good. I don't know if Diana is going to be a good runner-up with Keqing because I haven't played her or seen enough of her. But if she is a really good cryo character, then she might pair really good with Keqing, which is absolutely insane. Also Child, I don't have Child, I want him. He is very strong, and especially since you will be getting, you know, the electro charged effect with him and Keqing, that would also be a really good option if you do have Child. I mean, you probably want to use them both anyways just because they're 2 5-stars, but so I hope this video helped you understand the elemental reactions and the characters. There are going to be a few characters that I have left out that are still really good, so just use everything that I've basically laid out for you in this video to carefully choose your characters and who you're going to put levels into and, you know, artifacts on and stuff. There is a lot more to consider, you know, I mean, with artifacts and weapons and stuff based on what you have, but I can't sit here and break down every single artifact and every single weapon and every single character. That would take me years. But there is a lot that goes into this, so just choose very carefully. But I really hope this helped you pick a party based around Keqing very easily. So that is going to be all for me in today's video. If you guys did like this video, please show me by liking and or subscribing, and see me in the next video because that's exactly where I'm going to be in a few days. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.